So this is my first meal of the day, which is a fruit smoothie with raspberries, blueberries, bananas, ginger and strawberry, and oat milk. So this is what I'm having, and then I'm about to meditate and do some journaling, some scripting, and then go work out. So this is how I'm starting my day. So I got a little hungry after doing my meditation and prayer and posting some content. So I decided to have a salad that's brought to you by Vegana. I added a little olive oil, salt and pepper, Himalayan pink salt, not just regular salt. So this is what I'm having before I go do my workout for the day. Watch it, Bethany. Shit got way too messy. Show my man to the world. Show my words to my bestie. You a logic, and I got my proper temper. Don't fuck with my henna, touch it, and you got like henna. So y'all, I am out here doing my 9 kilometer, AKA 5 mile, close to 5.5 mile walk today. So I told y'all, I am serious. Today is actually, I think, day 11 of my 50-pound weight loss journey. And I don't know if I lost weight because I don't have a scale, but I will say I feel better physically, mentally, and emotionally. You know, I feel a little slim. So anyway, y'all, I'm just out doing my workout, enjoying myself, feeling good, enjoying life. So let me show y'all the POV. I showed y'all a little bit before I came on the camera, but let me show y'all what it looks like in the daytime, because I don't really think I showed y'all the full park in the daytime. So this is the full park, the neighborhood, the buildings. I love Dubai because it's so freaking clean. Like, they really take care of their country like a country should be taken care of. So I just got done walking, and now I am about to have a meal from Vegana, one of my meal prep meals, and then shower, and then start my day trading. I just want to show y'all this delicious food. And for those of you wondering, what is this? So I put a little stew on top, but this is beans with Gary on top with plantains. Yeah. And their meals also comes with freshly made juice. So this is freshly made watermelon. So I'm about to eat. So y'all, I decided to end this video of my day. I just had my dinner. Just got done trading. The noodles with the pasta and vegetables and stew that I had from Vegana was absolutely delicious, y'all. So it's time for me to end the video, but I wanted to answer a few questions that I get in the comment section, the DMs, and a lot of people ask me what made me become an expat. So for me, I literally have been traveling since I was 3 years old. Like, when I was 3 years old, I lived in Atlanta with my aunties and my uncles, and my mom lived in Detroit. I've always been traveling since I could remember. And I've always been one that was on the go, right? So when I was 26, I went to Syria for a while. I was in Damascus. I lived all over the United States, in the 4 corners of the United States, on every coast. And I love to travel, and I love to live abroad. But for me, when it comes to traveling, I don't just like to go and be there for a week and do all the tourist stuff. I like to be there, enjoy the land, and just live my life as a local. And so it was 2020 during the pandemic. I was just over America, and I wanted to, you know, just get out of there, just, you know, see the world. I had always said that I was going to live abroad. Since I went to Damascus in my 20s, I thought I wanted to move to Egypt, but like 2018, 2019, I said that once my son became an adult, that I would move to London. And so after that, that kind of sparked my interest in living abroad. So it's not something that, you know, I did like spur of the moment, or something that, you know, I just kind of like just said, okay, I just want to get out. No, I've always had this thought of living in a different place other than my hometown, which is Detroit. And I knew that I wanted to live abroad. So I just decided, you know, the pandemic was just like it for me. I was researching. I used to watch Primitive Survival, how to build a house from mud. I was researching all of these countries. And, you know, I decided on Nigeria. For one, I love the Nigerian culture. I love the music. And, you know, I had a doorman that was from Lagos. And he was like, you know, I had told him I want to go to London. And then my son was like, I want to move to Lagos. He's like, oh, you want to move to Lagos? And I was like, you know, he thinking about it, but I might consider it. And he coached me through, you know, told me all the things to expect, and really helped me on my journey with moving to Nigeria. And then once I like really decided that I'm leaving America, and I was like, okay, I moved to Nigeria, I realized, hey, I could do this. I really could live out the country and make it happen for myself. And so for me, becoming an expat, you know, prior to becoming an expat, I didn't know what an expat was. I just knew that I wanted to live abroad. I knew that living in the United States for the rest of my life was not it, because I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in, you know, on the West Coast. I've lived in the South. And really, there was no place other in the United States I wanted to live. I didn't want to live in Miami because of hurricanes. I didn't want to live in Texas because of the weather, you know, and I didn't want to live in mid-America. So, because I come from the Midwest. And so I was just like, you know what? It's time for me to just do it. And like I said before, once I moved to Nigeria, I realized that I can actually manage and make my way outside of the U.S. And so, you know, being an expat isn't for everybody. There are trials and tribulations you go through. Like sometimes I do miss my family. Sometimes I do feel alone. But I get to discover new things. Every day is a journey, like a learning experience. Every day is a journey. Every day is an adventure for me, you know. Even when I go walking in the daytime, you know, doing my exercises, I get to see different people. I'm learning new cultures. You know, I'm get to experience life that I wasn't accustomed to, and it's really cool. I get to meet different people from all over the world, try different foods, and by me being an influencer, you know, I get to try different restaurants. Like even with me being out the country, I've gotten so much love from different vegan restaurant owners, from different vegan brands. And then it's kind of cool being an influencer and people from other countries recognize me from social media, from YouTube, you know. So that's like kind of cool for me to not only live out the country, but to live out the country and be an influencer, and people recognize me, or companies reach out to me and, you know, want me to come try their foods and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's really cool. People ask me, do I ever see myself moving back to the United States? No, I will go back and visit. But realistically, it's to see my mama and my son, and I can really get them a plane ticket to come see me in a different country. You know, people ask me, you know, would I move back to Nigeria? I miss Nigeria. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. I miss the ambiance. I miss the smoking. I miss the turn up. The cost of living is even cheaper in Nigeria, but right now it's not safe. They're kidnapping people. They're robbing people. And when I say kidnapping, real life kidnapping people for ransom, like it's really a hustle. So it's really not safe in Nigeria right now. But, you know, people ask me, will I be in Dubai long term? I don't think Dubai is like a long-term country for anybody. Anybody that lives here say that they like it, but they wouldn't be here forever. I do plan on going to different countries. Yes, I do. Some of the countries that I'm looking into is Turkey, London, Greece, Italy. I do want to go to Tanzania to go visit, not to stay. If I ever move back to Africa, I would probably do Ghana or South Africa. Or if I do Nigeria, I would be in Victoria Island or Lekki, something like that. I haven't really thought about, like, I kind of contemplated for a minute, but I haven't really thought about it seriously of moving to Central America, like Mexico or Belize. I thought about it for a minute because the cost of living is so cheap, but realistically, that's still so close to the United States. And I'm more like a industrial city type girl. I'm not really a Caribbean island type person. I'll go to the island and maybe stay for like a month, but I couldn't see myself living there long term. Like, I'm more like a London, Paris type person. I like, you know, high rises. That's why I love Dubai. And I just like that city life. I'm a city girl. Like, when I lived in the United States, my favorite place to live was Brooklyn. I love New York. If I was to ever have to move back to the United States, I would definitely live in New York. I wouldn't live in my hometown, the West Coast. Atlanta's cool, but I've been in Atlanta for so long, so I'm over Atlanta. But I really did love New York, because New York to me is more international. It's like, living in New York is like living out the country, because there's so many different nationalities and there's so many different cultures, and the people are not like far from their culture. They're like immersed in their culture there. So definitely, you know, if I had to, it would be New York. What's another question people ask me? Oh, how do I really like living in Dubai? I really love living in Dubai. It's safe. It's clean. I love the way that the government runs this country. Like, if you want to know how to run a country, this is how you run a country. Though a lot of things are restricted, I think it makes the country even better, because people are afraid to break the rules, because there's severe consequences, and there's a lot of cameras. You know, there's a very, 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 very low crime rate. I heard that Canada has a low crime rate, but I used to go to Canada as a child, so even Canada is like being at home. It's like being in Michigan. So I don't know if I would, you know, consider moving to Canada or even visiting Canada. Maybe like go to Toronto, to the Caribana, but you know, I'm not really into Canada like that. Like, I'm fine with living in cold countries, but Canada is like Detroit to me, so it's too close. I wouldn't feel like I lived out the country if I lived in Canada. What's another question people ask me? People ask me, how has my husband adjusted to, you know, living in different countries? Well, he's been to several different countries. He's been to more countries that I've been to. So he's more internationally traveled than I am. He's a real good, like, he is the definition of an expat. So he was cool with it, you know. Of course, he's not here right now. He had to go back to Nigeria. But you know, he loves traveling. He's all for it. So he definitely encourages me to travel to different countries and try different cultures and do different things. Okay, so anyway, hopefully that answers y'all questions. I'm gonna be answering y'all questions more in my vlog. So I just wanted to come in here and kind of answer a couple questions that people asked me on Instagram and on TikTok and in the comment section on YouTube. So anyway, y'all, it's time for me to go to bed. I got to get up tomorrow, work out, meditate, pray, do all of the stuff that I need to do. But I just wanted to come here and answer y'all questions. I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all follow me on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm there, baby. And also, y'all, I launched my podcast, The Vegan Vixen Chronicles. Is now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Anywhere you can get a podcast, I'm there too. So make sure y'all check out my podcast, because I be kicking the shit. You feel me? Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Peace.